GMA3, everybody. The Commonwealth of Virginia captured the attention of the nation last year when, yes, that guy, Republican Glenn Youngkin, won the governor's race, becoming the first member of the GOP to win a statewide election in what is usually reliably blue Virginia since 2009.
And now, as he passes 100 days in office, we welcome Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin to GMA3. Welcome, Governor. Thank you for being with us. And just, if you would, describe what the first 100 days have been like for you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And the first 100 days have been so encouraging. First, I am just so humbled and honored to be serving Virginians. I always told everybody, if you hire me, I'll go to work every day to try to make Virginia the best place to live and work and raise a family. And I think we've had a great first 100 days. We're open. Virginia is open for business. Our schools are open. And I just feel really good about us coming out of this pandemic at a sprint. We've also stood up for parents, and I'm just so pleased with the fact that parents are empowered in Virginia. And you know what? Our education system is getting ready to get the largest budget that it's ever had. We're going to raise teacher pay. We're going to fund innovative lab schools. We're going to press forward with new programs for students with special needs in Virginia. And finally, we are so focused on making Virginia safe and funding in law enforcement. All of this while we're able to lower taxes and make Virginia more affordable when we see the rising cost of living pressuring so many people with inflation. We've had a good first 100 days. We still have real work to do as I'm working with our legislature to pass a budget. But I'm very optimistic, and I think Virginians on a great path.
Now, you talk about the first 100 days, but we can also go back to day one. And you mentioned parents and schools there, but I believe it was day one you signed the executive order. And I want to talk about this. There's been so much in our national conversation about critical race theory, and you essentially banned ending the use of inherently divisive concepts in classrooms. Now, critical race theory, I don't want to have that debate. People have their opinions about it. But for the sake of conversation here, what is it? Can you give examples of critical race theory being taught in Virginia that could help our viewers understand what at least you're talking about and others are talking about when they find a lesson that's being taught to a child as being divisive?
Well, I firmly believe that we can, in fact, remove divisive concepts from our schools and teach fully our history of our state and our history of our nation. This isn't an or moment, it's an and moment. And the divisive concepts in our schools are just clearly things that, in fact, teach a student to view everything through a lens of race. That one group is superior, one group is inferior, that one group, in fact, is inherently racist or not. And we can remove these from our curriculum, from the teaching methodologies, and we can embrace, in fact, lifting up all students. This is a chance to raise expectations in our schools, to raise the ceiling and the floor, and in fact, make Virginia schools even better than they already are.
Governor, as you know, midterm elections are this year, and during your campaign, you employed a slightly different path than many other Republican candidates. You were honored, you said, by your endorsement of President Trump, and yet the two of you never appeared together on the campaign trail. Why was that? And do you believe that is a strategy or a blueprint that we're going to see other GOP candidates take this year as we head into the midterms?
I was extremely appreciative of all the support I got, including the support I got from President Trump. And what happened in Virginia was that all kinds of voters came together, forever Trumpers and never Trumpers, moderate voters. We did better in the minority community, in the Hispanic community, the Asian community, and the black community than any Republican has done for a long, long time, if ever. And I think it is exactly that we focused on Virginians, not Republicans versus Democrats. And we brought together so many people around an agenda to lower taxes, fund schools, be innovative in our curriculum, to make sure that we're teaching children how to think, not what to think, funding law enforcement, and oh, by the way, growing an economy. And we're seeing it now. We're seeing green shoots with job creation in Virginia like we haven't seen in a long time. And I believe this is what Virginians hired us to do, and that's why I'm working at it every day with all I've got.
You know, have that. You mentioned taxes there. I know you were trying to get a gas tax holiday. I'm not sure where that is necessarily, but is it? I know a lot of people around the country with gas prices going up would love to hear that there's a gas tax holiday. Are you still fighting for that? Are you sure that if you give a gas tax holiday, that will go from the companies, the gas and oil companies, that will be trickled down and passed along to your Virginians there?
Well, we of course have seen runaway inflation in so many areas on the grocery store shelves, and of course at the gas station. And so I've proposed to eliminate our gas tax for 3 months. We have plenty of money in the system. We have an excess expectation of over $1 billion in our Commonwealth Transportation Fund, so we can afford to take a portion of that, a little over $400 million, and provide Virginians a break. They deserve it. We have to get the cost of living down in Virginia. I feel very confident we can do this. We're working with the legislature right now in order to pass a budget that will accomplish all of these goals.
Well, Governor Glenn Youngkin, congrats, look, on the win, because a lot of observers were watching and were really amazed at what you pulled off there. So just 100 days in, so they're waiting to see what you maybe can pull off there again. So we will talk to you again down the road after we give you a few more hundreds of days to get to work there. Thanks so much, Governor.
Well, I appreciate you having me, and I hope it's not 100 days until we speak again.
All right. We'll hold you to that, Governor. Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.